Thank you so much from the desk there. Really quick toss over. It's Na'Vi going to be starting on the T side, G2 on the CT side, and big welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Here we're in Overpass for the second map, and Na'Vi losing the first one, the G2. Simple sneaking alone down through connector, and the rest of them pushing long, which they're not finding anybody out there. That's interesting.
This is one of those maps, remember, that we'll see really the impact of Boomich as a solo player for Na'Vi, frequently going over towards long, towards Fountain, clearing all that out all on his own, while Na'Vi has a lot of presence towards the B bomb site. Look at this push. You have to love this risk from Amanek and Jax. That'll be a very fast flank. All that G2 has to do is delay and hold on to this bomb site as long as possible. They don't need to fight to the death.
Yeah, they just need to buy time. You're absolutely right. Na'Vi won't give them much time, though. Coming through the smoke. Nice shot from Kenny. Turning around. Back into the back he goes. Electronic already out of the fight. Kenny with one more shot to take down Simple. They're losing a little bit here and there. Kenny's still just trying to buy time. The flank is now very, very close. Oh, they just turned the corner. Otherwise, that USP would have been everything. No bomb plant happening just yet. They're thinking about it, but it's taken a little bit of time, and now they're back to trying to defend against that incoming push. And Guardian, he really wants that bomb plant, but he's just not even sure where to stand at the moment. They're very confusing. Jax will find him, and I think that's the round kind of falling apart here for Na'Vi.
Yeah, I think they really wanted the intel of where Jax was. That third player, that information was huge, and now they've just been annihilated, and G2 just did everything fine. Kenny S staying alive after 2 kills. They made it costly to take the bomb site, and then they allow the real power of that to come in with the 2 flankers all the way around. Well played round from G2.
Yeah, I mean, there was a bunch of ways in which that could have misfired, but you see the power of Kenny, just 1 kill, falling back, getting another one. That slows it down. Otherwise, they probably could have got the bomb plant down, no problem. But they had to spend a little bit more time.
It was interesting to see them delay that plant, and obviously Guardian just doesn't feel safe doing it because his 2 teammates are trying to hunt down the flank, and they just never knew there was a follow-up flank coming from Jax at long.
I mean, if he tries to plant up on the truck there, and there is someone on the stairs, right? They could just run him down, and
yeah,
he was understandably maybe a bit worried about that. All right, good enough shot from Jax there. Ready in case more people show up. They don't have any armor or anything really here, so he's done well for himself, even getting the headshot at the end. Nicely handled.
Yeah, fancy little one-tap. 3 kills for Jax in that round. 3 kills for Kenny on the pistol, I believe, correct? Was it all 4 on the pistol?
No, I'm pretty sure 3 of them were. I think one of them was in this round, I want to say.
Here comes that 3rd round buy. The rare, pretty much full save out of the Na'Vi side of the 2nd round. Simple had a Deagle, mostly Glocks otherwise. So 4 AKs and a Krieg on Guardian. And they didn't use a lot of Kriegs on Dust 2.
No, maybe not as. I mean, it should still be a really powerful weapon. They didn't have a lot of double orbs though, so maybe that's also why we saw less of it. Blamey quick to that corner to take down Hunter. Simple. That's an awkward fight. 2 at the same time, and Kenny with a turnaround. The M4A1 pick up a double kill. 3 on 3, but the bomb site here is theirs. The bomb is far away though.
That's the thing. Boomich is going to have to get that bomb and come over to the B bomb site, and there's a decent amount of danger that is still available to getting that bomb to the B site. Guardian is going to try and keep an eye over on short sewer. Nexa just hiding in the corner. Kenny is ready for this push. He was ready and waiting. And Guardian now has a lot of things to keep his eye on, both this position where Nexa is and also towards Heaven, towards Graffiti, towards this choke point. He's trying to buy time and keep some space so that Boomich can get in safely. Jack's still over in bathrooms, but he's going to start moving as soon as that smoke plumes as Nexa calls it out. Another retake for G2. They've been pretty good in these situations in the first map, and they have another one here.
Some nice smoke there to put down, putting Kenny at a bit of a hold. Don't know how long he's going to stay there. Boomich could, yeah, even set up for a flashbang here. A lot of time being run off the clock. That fight being won against Nexa is huge, and now Kenny is up on top. But I think they know it as well. Jack's coming with a flank. Kenny going down, and he pre-fires that. He almost had to, and it doesn't really work out. Now they've all escaped, and I don't see any way that he can find both of them in the time that's left here. Sees the shadow and tries to go for a bit of a shot for the wall, but again, he's just simply out of luck here. It takes him so long to even find them, and getting that kill won't help. That's a huge save for Na'Vi. That could have gone horribly wrong.
That's a big win. That's nicely done from Guardian as well. Like, he was the real champion, just keeping that bomb site free and open so Boomich could get in for the plant. And again, G2 going for that massive flank on Jax. We saw it a number of times on Dust 2 as well, those flanks taking a very long time to come to fruition, really running down the bomb timer, and opportunity just never presented itself to actually win the round. Either way, they get 4 kills. Na'Vi have to spend a lot of cash rebuying into this, and they're stuck with 1 shotgun on Simple, an auto shotgun on the T side. We'll see where he puts that to use, and the UMP on Flamey. For G2, it's a 5 rifle buy, but no AWPs on the field of play.
Boost to look over in. It's a pretty good idea, but no one's going to show up in that position. It's going to be such a swift execute towards the B-bomb site. Running right in on top of the G2 defense and trying to hold on to it for a bit. There's Hunter getting a kill, but they are just going to overwhelm. I'm shocked that he got 2 even. That's impressive all on its own. Usually in that scenario, you're so flashed and you're so just too many angles to look at the same time. This time, it did work out, and it's a 3-on-3 now. With the bomb going down, and quite far away, though, Simple with the auto shotgun, which is a bit strange.
Yeah, it'll be even tough to put it into use. He was using it in the underpass around the smokes, but didn't get an opportunity to get into a fight. Now it's going to be more difficult. He can swap out to a gun, though, if he can just find one. Electronic close up. Jax is going to lead the way. Tough angle to deal with. Oh, that's a nice shot from Jax. And now Guardian, he can peek around it, and this is working so well for G2. There's the shotgun on Simple. He's almost got it. Look at the HP on Kenny. If he could have had 1 more second, he might have been able to win that with the auto shotgun.
I can't even believe that that they didn't go down to the first player that was playing in the water there. That looked like it was going to be just pure headshots coming out from it. Well, what an exciting round. G2 barely winning it, and that's huge for them.
The plant as well for Na'Vi is also huge because they're going to buy into the next one. That's what put him over the line of being able to actually force up and have some power. Yeah, Krieg AK, upgraded pistols, and a scout on Guardian. This is a big round for G2, though. They can really secure the early stages of this map if they're able to win this.
Well, let's see how that goes. I mean, if they win this round, Na'Vi, then the risk they've taken by buying into this round is going to be so worth it because they obviously keeps a tremendous amount of pressure onto G2's economy, probably forcing them to save. So that's the calculation that they're going for right now. 3 men over at long, and making a bit of noise coming up to the corner. Na'Vi, are they going to flash their way over? Yes, they are. Boomich throwing in the flashbang. Amanek not flashed at all, but they're still getting some good kills in here, and now the return is happening. Nexa going for the kills, hunting them even with a pistol, and he's going to get every single one. And a fantastic triple kill for the newcomer, and Simple goes down to Jackson. Yeah, Superman arms.
There was no flashbang in the world that was going to blind all 3 of those players. Didn't even blind 1 though. I was actually kind of surprised about that.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that.
Maybe it went deep. Maybe they're like doing it for like an opera on flowers or something like that. Either way, a nice stack for G2 and a timeout being taken.
That actually is a problem with that corner, right? Like if you throw a close-up pop flash, if there's an AWP really far back, it does nothing. And if you throw that really far back, well, first of all, everyone can see it coming, so they know what's happening now. And yeah, if someone's up close,
it's really interesting seeing that battle. I feel like we haven't seen like a battle of that size take place at long on this map in quite some time. It feels like that's one of the positions on the map that largely just gets ignored or doesn't seem as valuable to teams on the T side.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it has gone out of style. Even for the CT side, right? Like people sometimes don't really do a lot with it.
Nice little nostalgic round. 4-1, and that's the big victory I just mentioned for G2. They have the lead, and now that also gives them the economic advantage early on. And it gives another round where Na'Vi have to go down to just pistols with no utility, trying to save up as much as they possibly can. Nade comes in very late. Boomich and Electronic already made their way past. Simple and Guardian coming up the stairs late.
I think he grenaded the tree, didn't he? Just blew it right up. Didn't really do anything.
Powerful tree. Simple, more than happy to take that fight, and now Jax has to fall away. Boomich, a stunner on the Kenny S, and an M4 is recovered, so G2, despite all the advantages in this round, feeling a bit of pressure.
Yeah, and that would be truly silly, wouldn't it, to give this round away?
Oh, it'd be heartbreaking. It'd be crushing for G2.
That's the sort of stuff you know, just thinking about the future and all the rest of it, that's stuff you don't want to see, right? You want to see these rounds be really comfortable and without much of a chance for any kind of shenanigans. Ooh. Speaking of which, oh my god, Flamey That's disgusting. The first one may be fair play, but this follow-up is grotesque.
Well, all right then.
More than shenanigans at that point.
Yeah, that... Oh, dear. That one hurts for G2. Those are some crazy shots from Flamey.
He just took them out, didn't he?
I was just about to say, that's like a long time left in the round for Jax to be, you know, the point man with no utility, pushing up along that bathroom wall. And just to have Na'Vi control so much space around bathrooms, around long, around the stairwell, and it just didn't even really matter. There was nothing tactically that even came to fruition in that round. It was just Flamey taking off heads.
Yeah.
So a second round for Na'Vi, and that's them digging themselves at a, I mean, admittedly a shallow hole, but I mean, they were in a bit of a hole to start this map, and that's them like just getting out of it immediately, avoiding all the pitfalls.
Yeah, that's obviously great news. At least if they can build on it. I guess that's the thing, right? This is so disgusting. How's he done that? Not even any kind of like cool high fives or anything, just a little shoulder rub, like, yeah.
Another day in the office.
Good job.
Typical Flamey things. Well, look at how it changes the scope of this. 2 deagles on Kenny and Jax, UMP and Almanac. Very little utility. So G2 is going to have to get really creative and be cost effective, and they're going for some aggression.
Look at the creative play here.
If you have this kind of a buy, you need to find an advantage somewhere, and they're going to do it with map control.
They smoke off all the way on the T side by the barrel. That's the CT smoke you're looking at. Nexa pushing up behind it. Now, obviously, Na'Vi are going to be thinking, well, this is very suspicious. There must be something going on. But are they going to guess that there's 2 people in the corner? I mean, Simple is certainly thinking about it, certainly looking for it. Oh, but he still goes down to Nexa. They were actually setting up for a flashbang. I think they wanted Flamey to throw something over there, but he's going to get double peeked, and this is working out fantastically. What a play from G2.
And that's also a valuable piece of information, but Na'Vi's not really doing anything off of it. 2 players just pushed all the way out of the B bomb site. Na'Vi, 3 players, still a long way to go to get to this A site, but they have to keep moving forward. And here comes the utility. All of G2 is rotating back. They're pretty much evacuating and playing retake on this B bomb site. Jax, they don't have the manpower to clear this corner. This could be so tough for Boomich. When does the peek come in? There's the flashbang, but it's a 1-dig from Kenny, and Nexa follows it up with his 3rd kill. He was stellar on Dust 2, and he's logged a great performance, a great shift here in round number 7.
Wow, this is, if you're Na'Vi, you're going to be wondering what is going on. That's your moment to really, first of all, get back at even scoreline. Like 4-4 was absolutely doable here. And then it gets taken away, and they don't even have anything to show for it either. Guardian now, they're also behind him, trying for the crazy shot. He's going to get one of them, but that'll also be the end of it. 4 kills on Nexa towards the end of the round, picking up the AWP and doing terrible damage to the Na'Vi economy.
Nexa is something special. He's going to be a fun player to watch. 5-2. Now, on the benefit of Flamey's, incredible deagle round, Na'Vi's able to upgrade to some weapons without having to spend a whole lot of money, so they have another buy here that G2 have to burn through. Tech9 on Boomich. Another little bit of a throwback. Some nostalgia there for you?
Tech9, no armor. I relegate the Tech9. I'm not sure I'm in on this. Let's see if it works. Ooh, those are very good grenades.
And Molotovs. Guardian's taking a massive amount of damage, and here it is, as I mentioned earlier in this map, right at the start of it.
They almost did. If they'd kept the boost on the CT side and waited for this boost, that would have been instant death, wouldn't it? Oh no. Giving the game away early, and Nexa just replying. Wow.
I don't think there's a whole lot of players who go back to take that fight, but Nexa didn't really care. Meanwhile, Boomich has cleared out towards bathrooms, double peek, and again, it's Nexa. We're calling his name a lot at the moment. Na'Vi just bleeding players.
Yeah, they finally got him dropped, but 4 versus 3 at the moment. Kenny coming in with the AWP. And that's the bomb down on the other side, which is really awkward. Like, what's the plan here for Na'Vi? Run in and take the fight at B, then go back and pick up the bomb and come back again for the plant? That doesn't really seem like a realistic plan. I think they're just hoping right now that there's a mistake. Remember, Boomich has no armor, so not that it matters versus the AWP necessarily.
There's going to be a lot of ifs when you think about this round. If that boost from Na'Vi, they had the chance to take out Nexa.
Yeah.
If that had worked, what happens afterwards? Doesn't really matter. Just a fun thought exercise. But 6-2, a 4-round lead for G2, and Navi's going to be again forced back onto just pistols.
Wow, this is a rough start for Navi.
A really rough one.
Not finding the kind of success that I don't know, at least I was expecting.
And Kenny seems to have carried some momentum from that overtime on Dust 2. He had a couple of those really stellar rounds right at the end. The 4K hold at the A-bomb site. Then he had this triple kill pistol here in this round. And he's already up to 14 frags in just 8 rounds.
And that's such a luxury to have if you are G2. Just get to enjoy the fact that every other round Kenny's going to be picking up a couple of kills. Long range with that rifle. Wow, very aggressive even. We've seen some of the firepower certainly out of Navi, and I mean that could just be.
Oh my god.
Wow. Yeah, that's frightening.
I love everything about this. I'm so down for an overpass game of like old school Kenny S hopping. Woo.
Third kill for him. What is it? 15? What is it? Like 17 overall or something? Yeah, 17-4. My God. That's in 9 rounds, by the way.
145 ADR for the moment. That'll update when the round's over. It's just simple. No one's even been touched on the G2 side. All right, 7-2, and this was a series. I mean, listen, perhaps we don't really know, because I would have said before this series as well that Navi would probably win, and I know the desk, I think Maniac had said, you know, G2's going to win Dust 2, but Navi will win the series. Still very much a possibility, but this is such a cool game to kind of start understanding and changing your mind of where G2 is exactly as a team. Still a new roster.
Yeah, I mean that's the really encouraging thing for sure. Like there's something great about, you know, seeing a team that's building and then the pieces come together. It seems a little bit early, maybe.
And you're starting to see that. I mean, it's cool. You're starting to see the results of them having the time together and maybe like what a couple weeks of practice since we first saw this lineup come together. Where you're starting to see a few more of the coordinated pop flash peeks to, you know, gain information. They just had a nice one there for Hunter to peek through the short sewer and find that opening kill. You're starting to see some of the coordinated setups.
Had to ask for the fist bump there. Had to get ready. I think what's worrying me is that there's like a lack of fluency in what Navi are putting right now that I felt like that's what I saw when they were playing in Malmö, where I was like, all right, here's the kind of sort of style, the nature of this kind of play is the kind of thing that has a really high ceiling, and I feel like some of that is missing a little bit now, which is weird.
Sometimes it takes longer for it to come to fruition and for it to all start clicking. And I remember Blade as well, like that reputation when he was an in-game leader of being one of the more complicated and detailed.
I mean, there's definitely that side too. Yeah, so it's not that it's necessarily panic time or anything.
He wants to go for another peek.
Yeah, he definitely does. But there is another rope down there waiting for him, and you know, if he stays too long, he can't fall back either. Even if he gets the kill, it could still be all over. So
he might have been calling for a flashbang from a teammate, and when he realized it wasn't a possibility, when they told him, you know, I'm not in position to flash for you, he's just like, all right, smart decision, not peek it. He's gonna get aggressive though. Gearing towards highway, now wants to get a glimpse towards the top of the stairs. Information being gathered. Amanek has rotated towards the A-bomb site just in case. A small safety net. Doubled up at Monster is Hunter and Nexa.
Setting up for another execute here. Jack's very far forward. Oh, and Boomich, that a little bit of noise here. Surely going to be called out now. They still have 3 people on the B-bomb side, but this is a fake, and Jax, I think he knows it by now. They're so suspicious that nothing's going on here. 28 seconds, and they're even shooting through the smoke. That smoke in the monster tunnel here, that's devastating for Navi. I think they probably wanted to go before that, but they just couldn't because of the smoke. And now Jax walking in behind him. Hunter set up, and that's no problem. They're getting shot down. The flank is coming in. No chance for Navi here. 10 seconds left. If they don't get some easy free kills right now, it's not happening. And Simple, no chance. 5 seconds left, and he's going to try and see if he can live it all out. Round comes to an end, and are they going to go look for him? Doesn't seem like it, but that's a huge round out of G2, and not only did they get read by Jax, but that smoke going down in the monster tunnel, I mean, that could also just be based off the information that Jax is giving out. Regardless, that's that's completely devastating.
It's a very long time. I mean, it's a pretty crazy presence from Boomich over towards bathrooms that late in the round, and that much time spent to clear things out and not actually to clear the whole way. And that is kind of the danger, I guess, of that kind of a tactic of having one person do all that, is you don't feel safe clearing everything out just by yourself. Good kill for Simple, good spam for Simple. It's one way to open things up. That's Kenny S with the AWP. Aminek's going to pick it up. And Hunter's going to get aggressive. He wants the equalizer. Tough angle, and Flamey's got another one. An entry with the pistol. Aminek now peeking, puts him down. More pressure being applied, and Nexa is going to have to do a lot of work again. But I think those 2 kills have at least forced Na'Vi to reconsider their attack.
Dangerous for Aminek being in this position. It's an off angle, sure, but if you miss the shot, you're going to be down immediately. And there's 2 people on the other side. They've taken the AK-47. Did he see that? I wonder if that's why he's pushing up a little bit. He's got a chance here and misses it, but it's still not all bad. Guardian, though, ooh, look at this push-up. All the way in the A-bomb site. Jax spots him early. What a shame for Guardian, because otherwise that is a very, very strong position to have. Now, they bring the bomb in this side, so maybe they could get a bomb plant while this fight is happening, and obviously G2 are bringing in a couple of teammates here. Aminek showing up with the AWP, but he's going to have to use the USP, which is so awkward. A bit of a grenade. Oh, but he gets the headshot anyway. It doesn't even matter, and that leaves Boomich in a near unwinnable position. 1 versus 3, and he's going to go down. Aminek with a nice triple, and G2. I mean, an opening for Na'Vi in that round, but it got closed.
Well, the opening was that fight with Guardian and Jax, and Guardian had to have that kill if they wanted to win that round. There was just way too many weapons to not have, you know, an even bigger advantage in terms of positioning, in terms of bomb site control. Guardian not able to connect those shots. Jax did a good job of extending that fight without actually fully committing to it. 17 kills on Kenny still. Next, I think that was 12. Boomich going to lead the way through the Molotov, extinguishes it as he goes. And again, you're going to have Kenny S out towards long with the AWP, but I think Jax must have called him back. He reconsidered, and they're going to double up.
It's a very, very fast push still for Na'Vi. Kenny going to be there to spot it early on, so that's kind of good news. And they don't really want to press the issue, but how did they deal with Kenny in this AWP? I feel like that's one of the things that's slowing them down half the time.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, look how slow paced this is, and look how spread they are across the map. You know, this is a map where also remember we've seen Na'Vi play this previously with this lineup, with even this new roster and everything, and they played it much more grouped up towards the B bomb site, and they really abused the fact that they had so much strength in terms of entry power with the individual skill, in terms of trading with the individual skill, and at the moment they're much more default heavy.
Smoke goes up there for Nexa. Hunter still has one, and he's also down by the monster tunnel, but Jax very forward position. Simple, he was going to check it, but still goes down, and now Jax, he's finally going to get found, but he at least spotted the second player, and that's some good information with 30 seconds left. There's not that many options left here for the Na'Vi team. He sees that grenade, and Kenny definitely knows what's coming. The backup is being called in for, and they're going to try and get here very, very quickly. No one on that side yet, but a repeat from Kenny might just get in the kill. He's going to miss the opportunity. 18 seconds. He takes down Boomich, and now wrapping around the other side. A great flick to take down Electronic, shooting him out of the sky. And Guardian trying to return the favor there, but it doesn't even matter. 8 seconds left. He can't win the round any longer. G2 about to be at 10 rounds, and wow, this is a brutal way to do it as well. Guardian, time is running out. If he dies now, there's going to be no loss bonus.
And Aminek sacrificing himself for the cause. Admirable. 10-2. I feel like there's been way too many rounds where we've talked about the time.
Yeah.
There's been way too many rounds where the actual attack on the bomb site is happening with like 15, 20 seconds left, and you just don't. You can't, like, if you're going to do it that late, you have to just cleanly win some of those initial fights. You cannot get into these extended battles.
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like what they would love to do probably is to get into a position where they can have like a normal kind of execute. Like you take bathrooms,
yes.
you throw the
We haven't
smokes,
seen that yet.
and then you go. And I feel like one of the reasons that's not happening, partly Jax is pushed up aggressively, that's an issue. But then Kenny, they keep running into that AWP somewhere. So then they have to use a bunch of grenades early to make sure that they're not running into it.
Yeah.
And then it's really late before they even get a chance.
I think Kenny is much easier to neutralize if you take care of Jackson bathrooms. If you don't have to, if you at least trade that 1-for-1, like which they, to be fair, they did that round. They just didn't do the follow-up of throwing the set smokes into the bomb site.
Yeah. 10-2. That's a very strong lead for a team that already won the first map. I'm looking to see if they can take this out 2-0.
And look at the different, I mean, all the different looks they're showing. Another 3-man stack, and yeah, they're going to encounter this resistance because Na'Vi was playing it so far back. Ooh, nade out. He has your superpower, apparently. Boomich and Flamey doing some good work. Amanek, though, he can still recover the situation. Good headshot. That's the bomb on the ground. He knows Guardian is here as well, but he's alone. He can get wrapped upon at a certain point. On the other side of this wall is Electronic, just waiting for him to try and retreat.
Oh, and Guardian actually burning a lot from that Molotov. And Amanek handling this so well. The Molotov does nothing at all to him, and I think he's done enough this time. Kenny going to be sneaking in from behind, and a clean shot to take down Guardian. Now it's Simple with the Deagle, and maybe don't want to give him too many fights here.
I wonder if Kenny got past before Simple knows its possibility. No, indeed not. Deagles don't land, and he just didn't have the HP. 11-2. 21 kills on Kenny S in this first half.
That's quite something. He's done enough already, and there's still more to come. So money back in the hands of Na'Vi, but I don't know. There's something weird that's missing on this team right now that I'm not quite seeing. I feel like
could just be an off day, Anders. Don't overreact.
No,
keep the faith.
True. It's true. I'm still keeping the faith. I'm just, you know.
Yeah, no, I just think we're really. I think everyone's. This is so cool. I love how assertive and fearless G2 is being. This is
beautiful. I mean, from their point of view, this is just absolutely amazing. Kenny does mistime that a little bit, so he gets taken out by Electronic, but that's the kind of style of Counter-Strike you just love to see, what they're doing right now, G2.
And I'd like Na'Vi to just keep this simple. You just took Kenny out at long, just go attack, and that's exactly what they're doing. There are the smokes deep into the choke points. There's the Molotov into the bomb that they didn't have previously, where Kenny was just allowed to sit behind the default boxes. Waiting to see the response for utility. Late flashbangs, but that one misses its mark. Amanek is able to win the battle, and actually G2 still has full control of the situation.
Yeah, they've got that double stack towards the bathrooms. That's making things very, very rough. Also, Nexar, I think, won the fight against Simple coming up through the connector. Guardian, that's a good kill. Good follow-up to take down Amanek, and now it's Nexar sneaking in from behind Electronic. That should be an easy fight, and he will take him down. But Guardian has the bomb, and he's going to... he thought about it at least. He's going to stick the plant here, and Nexar, I mean, yeah, he was trying to be a step ahead. Oh, maybe the fast plant made him rethink it. Now Guardian back to looking at long. Nexar making a bit of noise, and Guardian missing one shot there. Another chance. Nexus getting a much closer now, and he has a smoke as well. This is kind of dangerous for Guardian. If Nexus puts up that smoke, he's going to have to start to react to it a little bit more. And there's the smoke on the one side. The bomb actually, I think, still out in the open, so it's not quite good enough. Nexa up on it, almost getting him killed, and now he almost has to run for it and go straight for the defuse here. Not a lot of time left, and I think Nexa might have just spent a little bit too much of it. Still alive somehow, and
oh my God.
Guardian, in spite of not getting the last shots here, has still won the round. That's so awkward.
Listen, if you're Na'Vi, who the hell cares? You got the win. You needed that. You needed that third round so badly, but...
If you're Guardian, though, maybe you do care.
Maybe you do care. I mean, both of those guys had their chances to get the kills. Guardian misses those two flicks that allows Nexa to even get close to the palm site, and Nexa had his chance on top of the box. A very clever way to play the 1 versus 1, and that would have been the win. And actually, I mean, straight up, G2's lucky that wasn't a double kill on Jackson Amanek.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The craziest thing about that is Guardian with an AWP had to do the entries. This is an Electronic in that situation, in that 2-on-3 that had 1 HP. He wasn't going to be doing anything.
Jax really a forward position over on the other side, playing against Boomich, who's again making a lot of noise here, Boomich. I feel like that's going to be a huge disadvantage. Jax now realizing there is nobody else here, and that's some good info to have already.
Listen, we theorized back at Malmo when we watched Na'Vi play this and have Boomich doing the fountain roll and the bathroom roll all on his own. We said that's something in the future that's going to have to develop, because if that becomes a trend, that is going to be easily punishable. There's way too much for one man to do. And Jack's pushing up, and he's just been safe here this whole time, and he's going to add on to it as well. Oh, the timing. Oh, that's so frustrating.
It's very unfortunate. Before then, he had 13 kills, 3 assists, and 7 deaths. He had the lead score. Now it's been ruined.
It's been ruined.
It's very sad.
You bastards.
But it's good news for Na'Vi. That means they're in a 4-on-4 in this round. with a chance to win a fourth one and try and recover whatever is possible at this point in time.
It's kind of crazy to see G2 have, I mean, it's last round, so it's not the biggest deal. The economic issues of not having all their nades, of being, running out of nades around the 1 minute mark, only having 2 kits, considering they won 7 rounds in a row prior to this.
Next up close. Hunter is behind it, but Hunter's got they've got no more grenades on the speed bomb site, so some very, very tough fights coming their way. Flamey will take one down. Hunter doing a good job, but he has to fall back from the next fight, and he's not ready for it. Electronic wrapping around and taking down Amanek as well. And that leaves Kenny. 1 versus 3. Bomb goes down without any interruption there, and now he's just sneaking up, and I think he's been spotted there. Guardian surely must have seen that, and if not, he's heard that. And a double peek and a nice round at the end here. Electronic with a quad kill and a 4-11 scoreline at the end of the half. We'll be back with the second half after the break. Back in the game. Second half going to be coming up here. The second map in this best of 3 between Na'Vi and G2. And so far, G2 have made a very convincing argument that they're going to be winning this in 2-0 fashion. 11-4 in the first half, Jason. I don't know. That's hard to deal with. They shouldn't be laughing. They shouldn't be smiling.
No, they shouldn't at all. But maybe that'll give them their powers. They did the bare minimum in the first half. They're going to have to do much, much better. Still, we'll see what G2 has on the T side. Their CT side looks so prepared. They look so at least well-versed in the theory and some of the basic, map control towards short sewers, the pop flashes. That carries over. The fearlessness as well.
Yeah, it was very cool. I mean, that Hunter next had some great setups down to the Monster Tunnel. Obviously, Jackson, Kenny over on the other side. It's all looking very good at the moment. Guardian spotting a couple of people and swiftly falling back. Now, there is Simple over at Long, and he's alone back here, and he's still going to hit a headshot on Hunter. Wants to push forward and take a fight, and they say, well, you know what, that's fine. You stay over there. If we can just win the rest of it, it'll be all right anyway. They're going to go look for him on that side, but Simple is dialed in, it seems. A good couple of kills for him, and he can't get the last one there. That would have been beautiful. They could go and pick up the USP, which is something. Yeah,
that's stage 1. That was costly to take Simple out of that position. They lose 2 players to him, but still, at least they don't have to worry about him being at Long. 3 on 4. 2 defenders at the A bomb site, 2 at the B bomb site, playing very passively at B so they can rotate quickly if need be.
Kenny back here.
Been spotted as well.
He's just got the USP, and there's a bit of jumping happening behind the truck. Electronic is, just constantly keeping an eye on things. And they're down to 45 seconds. They have a flashbang, which is not going to provide for much of a setup. Hard to know exactly when to use that. I mean, could use it clear in the first corner, I guess, but it's going to have to be a huge one. Guardian taking care of Kenny. A good kill, and it's almost like they just say, you know what? Forget about it.
Yeah, I don't want to be there. And they're going to try and book it. Put on their running shoes. They're going to try and make it to this B bombs. They might just get there in time. Boomich has arrived up top. He can actually stop this with a nice shot, but he's going to be forced away. So the plant should be able to go down. Oh, there's Flamey. They don't even get the plant. Boomich and Flamey both win their fights.
I probably couldn't have done it, but I think they almost
They
wanted
went for the win.
Yeah, they went for the win, didn't they?
And that, I mean, there was a decent chance they could have turned that if they get, you know, the headshot. If they kill the guy in water, maybe the guy at top is forced back, then you can get the plant. But either way, Na'Vi, good start to the second half, winning the pistol off the back of Simple's double kill. 5-11.
Yeah, it is a beginning, and now let's see how far back they can run this before G2 start to have an impact in the second half. They've got some M4s, they've got some MP9s, and that one scout on Guardian. And that is nothing like what G2 have. They have pathetic weaponry.
Absolutely pathetic.
Just throw them away and use the knives.
Yeah, I'm down for that. That'd be funny, if nothing else.
Intimidating, perhaps.
Like just a barbarian war cry as you charge forward. That's one thing that we haven't seen in Counter-Strike yet, is like actual yelling while you attack a bomb site.
Yeah, I say they're pathetic, but they certainly handled that. Simple even, it's a little bit of trouble. Down to 16 health. He's going to get run down. What have I done?
What have we done? What have you done? Yeah, you're right. It is entirely your fault. Flamey's here. Daddy's back. He's going to recover the situation. Don't you worry. Molotov's out, utility out, and those Glocks can... Oh, my dear God. It's happened again. Hunter's got one, and now they're fighting a three-front retake.
He had that gun on rapid fire like in Judge Dredd, didn't he? That's unbelievable. So now a 2-on-2 with Boomich and Flamey trying to see if they can recover this. A headshot coming through. Kenny dropping him very, very low. And this is a really massive problem. They don't have really... Oh, well, there's the kills coming. I was going to say the problem is they don't have a smoke or anything to deal with it. So nice triple for Flamey and nice recovery from Na'Vi. That whole round and the whole game was about to get washed away.
Oh, my dear Lord. That's way too much. Unarmored Glocks. You see a little chat between Simple and Guardian there at the end, but that's...
How are they so effective?
That's unreasonable that those Glocks did that much work. 3 kills and a bomb plant, and that makes this so much more difficult for Na'Vi. That's one of those rounds where you establish at least a 1-round buffer in terms of money behind you. Yeah. Now that's all taken away. They have to reinvest pretty much everything. They don't get an upgrade to the super powerful weapon. Simple's going to be on an SMG, Guardian on a Scout.
Yeah, this is it's definitely kind of miserable. Scout versus Zorp on this side. Not even close.
Takes his face off.
Another good movie. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they made the unarmored blocks work. Like, what's the secret at that point in time? Shoot him in the eyeballs? It just seems ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so crazy how that worked out. Even at the end, I thought they were going to actually win that 2-on-2. Maybe just one misstep in that final battle. Either way, a chance with a 5-on-4 with a 5-round lead.
You ever think? Did they ever consider doing like a sequel to Face Off where it's just different people, like just different actors, but the same overall concept? What if this? All right, hold on. Simple. Well, he's gonna get doubled on there. No chance. Still a pretty good job with the MP9, even getting a kill at that point in time. 3 versus 4. 50 seconds.
Yeah, plenty of time, plenty of utility as well. 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs, Molotov. Na'Vi is really relying on Boomich here to be some kind of a warning system to this B bomb site. Maybe to get 1 kill. I don't think he'll be able to slow it down, but he might be able to get 1 frag and survive. But all depends on which way he's looking. That's a huge recovery of a fight. Hunter is going to be very upset with himself. Drops the nade as well. And G2 not able to punish it. I think they had a Molotov out instead of being able to take the shot as he jumped. And now this brings a second player over to the defense.
Electronic in a good position, 18 seconds. He doesn't have to do a lot here. A little bit of time being bought. It's all in here. They think they saw that. They saw Boomich with the shoulder peek coming out. 10 seconds here. He's coming off the bomb, and the bomb is down on the ground. 9 seconds left. And Kenny, he has to look for the fight. He has to find Electronic. Almost out of bullets. The Glock is out instead, and I don't think this will be enough this time. Running out of time towards the end. It's so close, but just the right kills at the right time for Na'Vi.
Has that Electronic up on the boxes that stopped the plant as well, got Jax off of it. That's brutal. But again, it comes down to that second player not being able to punish Boomich in that position. Hunter missing that fight, allowing him to escape, to jump back, and all of a sudden you just have way more resistance than you were expecting. Na'Vi's right back in this. 7-11, ADP on Kenny S, and that's an upgraded pistols around it. So still a chance for G2 to win this round if Kenny can do something special. But this half is no longer going to be the easy, let's just complete the dominance. They're going to have to grind some of these rounds away from Na'Vi.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That has been sort of taken away from them just by a very persistent Na'Vi team who really don't want to give this up. Kenny, making the jump is dangerous. Electronic lucky to be alive. Boomich, though, will capitalize at least for a kill. Ooh.
Hardcore.
Trying to get that jump.
Jax spotted the shoulder of Guardian. It's just a scout. Gonna try and push the issue.
Yeah, the Guardian will eventually fall really far back from that. Hunter with a stolen AWP, waiting for a mistake there on... Ooh, he saw that. Might have got spotted himself. He's really thinking about it, but he might get double peeked as well. He's got to be very, very careful. Simple, the third player, I guess, in that waiting game.
That's kind of crazy to see him make that sort of a play through the smoke at the door. That's some 1 kill, some information as well. And it also takes the AWP away. That was a long time for an AWP to just peer into that bomb site trying to find a frag. The bomb is so far away. Nex is going to have to just...
I don't think he can do that.
Yeah, he's going to have to pick it up and book over to the A bomb site and hope that Jax can just hold on to this for 20 seconds. But yeah, this is going to be some cardio for Nexa.
Yeah.
No?
Knifes out instead. Like, I just don't think he's going to make it.
I think he's got it. I have faith.
So close, isn't it? 4 seconds now. Yeah, I don't think... did he do it? Did he just do it? He just did it with 1 second left. That's absolutely outrageous. I can't believe he made that. They almost double up for Flamey, and I'll spray them right down.
I think the reason why it was even close, I think it would have been much more comfortable. He stopped to throw a flashbang for his teammate. He stopped to set him up for a kill, so a lot of confidence in that route he ran. I will say, we just talked about having to grind rounds away from Na'Vi. One of the nice things that G2's done that has got to be really stressful for Na'Vi is look at the money. It's so low for the Na'Vi side.
Yeah, every single time, right? They get a bomb plant like this themselves. They can build something more. Yeah, that's definitely a problem all the time. Ooh.
That's cool. I like that. I want you to know while we have this this quick timeout before we get back into the game. I'm all down to create a face-off expanded universe. I think that'd be sick. I think that'd be phenomenal. We can even bring back Nicolas Cage. He's one of the greatest actors of our time. Travolta, he's a little crazy, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
He was in Grease.
He
gets a pass.
Yeah, that's true. He was in a bunch of good movies. He was in Pulp Fiction, obviously. 11
to 8.
11 to 8. I was gonna say maybe the theme could just be like, just the faces get traded, on to other people even. Just like.
What if you have other actors playing Nicolas Cage and John Travolta? Just keep trading those faces.
Yeah, and just you actually have no idea at the end of it who's who anymore. It's just completely lost track of it.
Big round for Na'Vi. They must win this, and they need to at some point win a clean round.
What if it's like a face-off and Inception like mix? So you have to go into the dream world to find out who people really are because you can't see anyone.
That's getting real complicated.
20th round now.
Transitioning smoothly along.
We do have some pretty decent guns there on the side of G2, and as you were talking about, Na'Vi, in spite of winning all these rounds, still struggling so much on the economy.
They need a clean one.
Yeah.
They need a clean win. Jax and Nexa leading the way down the stairs, clearing top stairs. Amanek is coming up from the other side, right through the smoke.
Ooh, I think, did he see that? I don't think he did. Simple, doesn't matter. He's still going to get the kill. Will fall back. Guardian was over there guarding the picnic basket, but...
That is such a cool way to double peek that. Get one player into the smoke, and as it's fading, the second player peeks into the doorway. And all of a sudden, Simple just never saw the first player go in. That's a really cool way to do things. Kenny S peering into the bomb site, looking for a jump. Guardian's got the AWP. He has that at the A bomb site as well, but he's over at the truck at Optimus.
Electronic going to go for a forward peek, assisted with a flashbang from a teammate. We'll see a couple of people, and at about 40 seconds, I mean, that's some good information to have. Now, down at the B bomb side, this is where when G2 were on the CT side, they would actually push and look for things and try and figure out what's going on outside of B. And Na'Vi haven't really done that, so that's why they still have this 2-2 setup where 2 on B, 2 on A, and that could absolutely backfire here. 20 seconds. A perfect shot out of Electronic to take down Hunter. That's a strong start. Guardian, the follow-up, and Amanek, he's going to go down. In fact, they're all going to get dropped by Electronic at the end. And this is the kind of round that we needed out of Na'Vi for a long time.
4 players survive. That is going to shore up the money 9-11, and G2 denied access to the bomb site despite the fact using a lot of utility. Here's the magic touch for G2. They bring out the MAC-10 again. Jax has that in his hands, and that was the recipe on Dust 2. That's the gun that got him to double overtime.
Rush B.
Yep.
Yeah, why not? Maybe that is the solution. He's running the other way, so I'm guessing it's not going to be a B rush after all, but
It might be a fast play towards the B bomb site. I mean, he's the only one. He's going towards the danger stairs. 3 players going to come through this smoke, waiting, listening for the spam to stop. Now they've got some safety, and Flamey's going to get challenged early on here, out in the open. Amanek is kind of lucky to be alive, but so is Flamey. Molotov going to force a bit of the open, and instead he's just going to put it out.
yeah.
There's a lot of pressure being applied here.
There really is. Now more grenades are coming in. Electronic with the opening frag. They line up for Flamey, and there's nothing left afterwards. I like the idea of this really high pace being put in by G2, but without any opening frags, it doesn't look nearly as impressive.
And as powerful as their flashbangs were in the first half, these ones trying to attack the bomb site, that's 2. I mean, that was a very fast set piece, but right, they had the set nades going out towards the B bomb site. Previously, it was at the A bomb site. None of the defenders have been blind. Electronic had the triple kill in the previous. Guardian over at Truck wasn't blind. None of those B defenders had to look away at any point. You can see there that screen. That's a perfect representation. Electronic's already fighting, and you could see like the smallest little bit of flash appear on a screen.
11-10. What a comeback from Na'Vi, having won no rounds so far in the second half. G2, they must be starting to feel the pressure too. Tactical timeout to decide what's going on. Getting everybody fired up, hopefully. This round, half investment, fair enough for G2. I mean, again, whatever money they have towards the end, that could absolutely be the main difference here. It's ridiculous still to just think about the fact that Na'Vi could have had like plus 10,000 on everybody at this point in time, right? They've won 6 rounds in a row, and all they have is enough for another buy.
Yeah, only 2 of them have been clean. Smokes out. Na'Vi defense is going to fall back behind them. Simple taking point with Guardian and the AWP behind it. They're going to get tested here. There's 1 smoke, 3 flashbangs left. At a certain point, this almost feels like it has to be a contact play, surely. Like as soon as they're spotted, as soon as they make contact with anyone, it's just kind of keep pushing forward.
They've got that little, now just a duo, but previously a trio of players walking around just clearing out everything. They made their way to the long corner, and they're going to try and speed up behind it. They need a very good flashbang. I think that was the last one just put out, and it's not really doing anything for them at all. So they got into an interesting position, but I think the grenades is what they needed to really make this a powerful play. Nexa with a nice headshot, but ooh, Electronic not even turning for it. I'm so confused. I feel like he was exposed for a while there. Still, Nexa in a 1 versus 3 and running out of bullets. Electronic with the triple, and that is going to be Na'Vi just tying it all up at 11-11. Electronic overall with 19 kills. It's really quite impressive.
Well, he's been the spearhead for some of these much more clean rounds. That triple kill at the A bomb site, I think a double kill at the B bomb site in the next round. So he's got Na'Vi going on the right foot and helping them build up some money so they can survive any losses. And I mean, they're just sitting so comfortably at the moment. Flamey just buying up all his utility a little bit late as he heads over towards B with his teammates. And for G2, they still haven't figured out the winning recipe. Hunter is nestled into a corner right outside the monster tunnel. Bomb is dropped far back, but towards the B bomb site. Nexa and Jax going through the motions to force back any danger. That is a risky push from Boomich, and he wanted nothing to do with it once he took a little piece of damage.
Yeah, he was out pretty quickly. Could have been, I don't know, seemed a bit reckless. Sometimes when people want to open that door, they have someone flash in from those little windows there over at the L bend.
Or shoot it with a nade so you can be, or blow it up with a nade so you can be prepared to shoot.
Yeah, just anything like that. Almost walking into that, Kenny, wasn't he? Timely smoke to go down. Still a minute left on the clock, and Jax with a bit of a peek, and Boomich now low on health. It's very uncomfortable when you're on this B-bomb side being this low on health, because you never know. He's actually standing in a position where you pretty much know there are no grenades going to be landing, but otherwise it can get a bit uncomfortable. Electronic jump for the peak. I don't know. Nexa obviously hearing that, and they're creeping in very close to the bomb site. 35 seconds, and There's a pretty strong defense here, but that opening from Jax Flamey out of it. Remember, Boomich is low on health from earlier. Still putting a little bit of damage out. 27 seconds, and they have to commit to this. That bomb plant going down right in front, and nobody there to stop it. That is probably the best chance here for G2 to win a round, finally, after a very long run out of Na'Vi. Hunter peeked up on one side. There is no flank or anything coming. This all happening from this side for Na'Vi, and that is actually a bit of a problem, I think. They have a smoke on Simple for an eventual defuse, and they might end up needing it if it even gets that close. Boomich going down, and now Simple and Guardian left a 2-on-4, and Simple trying to wrap around, but they're out of time here and out of players as well. He's quick to try and refrag that in case anyone was going to come through, and it's not happening. Guardian inside of the smoke, defusing all along, and it's so close, but he doesn't quite get it. That would have been the ultimate way to steal a round.
That would have been so crushing for G2. Finally, a first round of the half on the board for G2, just to maintain the lead. Set piece towards the B bomb site works out pretty well. Helped out by some of that early damage, kind of shifting and preventing Na'Vi from having a more powerful setup, but that's a good hold against the retake. As well, I think, 3 players survived that round for G2, so money's going to be okay for them with that plant. 12-11.
It definitely helps out. Tactical timeout being called now by Na'Vi. They did end up spending they are going to be spending a fair bit of money in this round, Na'Vi, just to make sure that they can even put together a buy. Again, that's at least they have the buffer of doing that, but it's kind of rough in terms of how many rounds they've won, right? You would love to be in a position where you have another 2 or 3 buys behind this, and that's not really true.
No, another must-win round for Na'Vi. Can't let G2 take this much control late. If G2 win this and shatter it, then, I mean, the red carpet's there. It's laid out. All that's left is to walk across it. Kenny still with the op. It's been tougher, I think, in the second half for Kenny as to get involved. He had that phenomenal first half, but on the T side with the AWP, I think his options have been somewhat limited.
Just looking through the tunnel and gonna get smoked off instead. No easy fights being given to him early on.
You know, we haven't really seen so far in this half at all or in this game really, is either one of these teams. You see frequently on Overpass, T-sides love, maybe there's one player who usually has a tendency to really enjoy the fight of just walking through Monster Tunnel, take some kind of a challenge. We haven't seen any of that.
No, you're right. That's been weirdly absent. That became really popular, like just go and Sip did it for a while on Astralis, I remember. Ooh, a fight that you have to win. I think he did get baited out a little bit by the sort of awkward timing of the shoulder peak coming in there.
Still.
Yeah.
That's an Opper's dream. Just holding that angle, waiting for it. Well, all that's left for G2, they have 3 players outside Monster, and this is where we're going to get that contact play. 3 players walking in, Nexa leading the way, and he's been on point in this series. He's got the bomb. Almanac as well, just waiting, and here we go. Crouching underneath any vision. There's the peek up. Boomich has the first. Now the game is up. Now the strategy has been read by Na'Vi. They know it's coming, and they're holding onto the site. Bomb on the ground. Utility being used by G2, but they need the kills, and they're not coming. Guardian puts down Almanac, and there goes Hunter as well. That didn't even come close to working. We're all tied up.
All tied up, and devastating loss there for G2. Absolutely. They might still just force it up anyway in this round, but there's a couple of things that I'm confused about. I don't mind the contactless play, especially if you're just going to be peeking the barrels there. But going past the barrels, I would say why not have Amanek, who's at that point holding over by the connector, have him turn around and throw out a flashbang or something, you know, over the site, because you're not. If you peek the next corner, they are going to be there watching, right? It's not like they're not going to know. So I feel like that the element of surprise is only going to be really happening for the barrels. I think the next corner around, you're going to be in a different position. Simple is kind of weirdly boxed in here, which that could be a problem.
Yeah, but he's boxed in. They're boxed in with him.
It's entirely possible. He does have that kind of an attitude, doesn't he? Turning around for it, and ooh, Hunter will find him. So just a trade, and Guardian. I think Guardian probably wanted to help, but couldn't.
Oh, especially when he goes down, it's just time to bail out. Na'Vi going to take control of Long after the amount of numbers that Simple called out. They know it's likely clear. And at least control half of that. So Guardian feels some safety from Long. Doesn't have to worry about that if the hit does eventually come in. And Electronic can have the fast flank as well. So a chance for G2. But again, I mean, we talked You mentioned this just a few rounds ago, Na'Vi not taking control of other parts of the map when these rounds kind of slow down. They're starting to do it now, obviously with the long control, and now with Boomage moving in. And we've seen him, this is maybe the 3rd or 4th time he's done it. And still, again, they can't handle the push. Molotov on the ground, Jax has to run through it. Not a whole lot of damage, but he has got no idea where his opponents are, and Flamey's just playing with them. Hunter, a double kill to get them into the site, but Guardian's got eyes on the bomb.
Well, they lost the last round to Guardian being up here, so you have to think that they're going to be pretty much keenly aware of it. Crouching through, Hunter trying to minimize his model. Oh, this is so dangerous. They have an HE grenade on Amanek. I don't know if he wants to throw it or not, but Guardian up there, not getting the shot this time, and Hunter going to go for the bomb plant. And do they know where both the players are? They should know. There's a headshot on Electronic, but he's still going to live through that. And Hunter, I don't think he can get out from behind this box. He's just so trapped in here. He gets the kill, and Guardian there with the return, taking him out. And that's a 13th round for Na'Vi. It looked to me like G2 in that 2v2 didn't know where both players were, in spite of the fact that I feel like they heard both rifles from there. They were a little bit confused, I think.
They might have thought Guardian moved to a new position. They might have thought he rotated away from taking that shot because he was he went unseen for a number of seconds, but still, that's a very winnable 2 versus 2 that G2's not able to come out on top of. Still just that one round in the second half, you can see it there.
It's not good, is it?
This is brutal. Round 23 is the high point that G2 has on the offensive overpass. And that's got to be depressing after such a cool first half, after such a dominant first half. 11-4 lead, now down by 1.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to justify.
I think we're going to get a dead round here.
Everybody's calling it. 10 people all typing at the same time. All right. Well, yeah, I don't know how you make any sense of this. I mean, there's some good stuff that's been. The Na'Vi should be given some credit for how they've been playing this second half. That's great news. Electronic playing really well defensively, but
yeah, I think that and Boomage taking control of the water out by sandbags of outside the door as well. I think that's been great. That's been a huge help to them a number of times.
I feel like some of these rounds, they've had a lot of them where they've been able to walk through the monster tunnel, and so they've had the setup right on the edge of B. They could do a lot. I feel like the grenades aren't working out so well. Like, they could throw many more flashbangs and grenades to some of those positions that Electronic has been playing in, for instance.
I don't know if it's the amount, but certainly when we've seen them actually set up in attack bomb sites with full sets of utility, the flashbangs haven't felt as effective as you'd like them to be. The defenders haven't had as much pressure put on by the Molotovs and flashbang combos. And I mean, such is the nature of this map as well. Again, this is one thing we haven't talked about. This is a relatively tough map for new lineups to get into. This is a very tactical heavy map, and you can see how much utility is being spended to gain control, to neutralize any damage that's in bathrooms, that's in the staircase, whatever it might be. Spending a lot of smokes to get up to the point of a set piece, and then not always having all the nades that they'd like. And it might just happen again here. 2 smokes, 4 flashbangs, and 2 Molotovs.
And Boomage out looking. He's found a couple of kills in the last rounds doing this, and this time it's probably not going to be a kill, but it could be a very fast flank. And
it doesn't even matter. There's 4 players defending this A bomb site.
Yeah, wow.
Might not even need the flank.
And if they try and go back down, opening up the door against that MP9, and that could end very badly as well. A lot of communication happening, a little bit of yelling on the Na'Vi side. 40 seconds now. Kenny, no luck. Follow-up, not going to do anything. And now they're really running the clock down low. Boom is just waiting down there, and he kind of has to. Early fight for Simple, and he'll win it. And the follow-up, and the triple again. Taking down Amanek. And, I mean, if it wasn't rough already, running into a 4-man stack at the A-bomb site, you end up taking a fight with Simple early on, and he just decimates the team.
I think at this point, you've tried so much. Nothing has worked. You have 1 round in the second half, and I think for these last potentially just 2 rounds, every time you buy, I think you have to go to some of your individual players. You go to your Nexa, you go to your Kenny, you go to your Hunt, whoever it might be, and you just say, what play can you make? Like, what do you want to do? What have you seen in this that makes you think you can take advantage of this? Let's let you do it, and we'll just have someone with you to support. Like, what kind of help do you need? And this is where you kind of have to lean. If tactically it's not working, lean on the stars.
Yeah, that's not a bad call, is it? I mean,
this has felt like a very, I don't know if restrained is the right word, but in a sense it just feels like they're kind of locked into the tactics that they're calling, and you don't see a whole lot of improvising from the players themselves individually.
Yeah, I agree. Timeout going to come to an end here. I mean, if not that, then you need to go for some weird tricks like, some of those.
Mac 10 rush B.
Mac 10 rush B. I was gonna say like the quad boosted T spawn or the boost over at long with the orb, or like you can try some tricks at least to get an opening. It's not gonna win you the round, but it'll give you maybe an opening. 27th round, and Na'Vi continue the comeback in just an awesome fashion.
You just have to think so many of the rounds that came close. The Glock round, the 2v2 just a few ago. They've had their chances, G2. Not being able to capitalize on enough of them. 4 players coming through Underpass, and you have Nex up, waiting back towards Playground to toss the flash, you'd imagine, so they can turn that corner at the top of the stairs. Guardian with an op as an off angle towards the front bathroom's entrance, and Simple deep at the A-bomb site.
Guardian on that corner. They're going to be very, very speedy up behind it. He picks up 1 kill, and almost good for a second. I'm shocked that Amanek lived through that. Still, that's a very good trade out of G2. They're going to be quite happy about that. I think even with the damage, they're just like, that's fine. We got an AWP picked up, and maybe we could do something with it.
Keeping that op on the low HP player as well, so he can keep distance. He can stay far back and cover his teammates as they walk up along the wall. You don't have to throw that close smoke.
Are they going to try and boost him here?
Amanek does have the bomb, though. That's what's scary. Ooh, that would have been a great chance. The jump across for information. Simple still close up. Nex is going to lead the way. They need him to deliver. This is one of those star players. Counter flash coming out from Na'Vi, but Simple's blind as well. They haven't cleared to the right. They finally do it, and they finally have the entries they need.
Wow, I can't believe that they, first of all, didn't clear it, but then also still got the kills. That's a miracle. 18 seconds, and the bomb is going to be planted. There's a bit of a flank coming in from Boomich, but it's the MP9. They have 2 players low on health, and Amanek is going to be the first victim of it. This round might not be done yet. If Boomich can get a really quick kill here, make it a 2-on-2, he's going to go down. Nice peek. Hunter being set up there. Oh, sorry, Kennedy being set up, and that'll be the end of the round. Next up with the double at the end of it, and G2 winning a 2nd round in the 2nd half, finally. And the money for Na'Vi, I mean, they can still buy, but after this is the scary thing. If G2 equalize the other way and make it 14-14, then Na'Vi might be out of money. We might have a truly tragic end to the game.
Well, the crazy thing about the money system that we have at the moment is down this stretch, since G2 has lost so many, they still have 3 rounds of a losing bonus built up. So, I mean, they winning the next couple rounds, they're still going to have loss bonus, giving them extra cash, making sure they're healthy enough to continue to buy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is obviously, as long as they keep winning, can't really afford to take losses, but they're going to have an economic advantage in most of these rounds.
Hunter set up outside of B, just hoping for some sort of quick push. Boomich has been not so much on that side, but over on the other side. Not this time, though. Some decent grenades on the G2 side. Less so on the Na'Vi side, which is definitely worrisome, yeah.
Everything about the Na'Vi buy at the moment scares me. 2 Famous, an SMG. 3 players with no nades. To the B bomb site we go. And look at this, actually. Na'Vi, there's 3 players defending A. And Electronic is the go-between with one of the Famous. There's another follow-up smoke, but they're going to be running out. Tough part is G2 is no longer taking control of bathrooms in this round. So at some point, Na'Vi surely is going to like scratch their head and say, this is weird. We're not seeing the sequence of nade. We're not seeing any presence in bathrooms.
And Na'Vi might also just be thinking, well, you know, we beat them every single time at this B bomb site. Why would they come back here? You know, like, what's the logic behind them doing that? Boomich has the MP9, Flamey down there as well. Time is going to be running out very soon. 25 seconds. Missed opportunity there. Kenny trying for it one more time up close to the MP9. This is what you want, but he's going to have to get the right angle. He picks up the first one. Simple there as well, and this seems to be working. 15 seconds left, and they're running out of time right now. G2, if they want any chance of this, it's time to get that bomb down. 10 seconds on the clock, and Electronic not guessing the right angle. Somehow the bomb gets dropped, and now Guardian goes down as well. Electronic then next to fall, and Simple alone in a 1 versus 2. He's already got the first kill there, taking down Amanek, but he's very low on health. I can't believe they got the bomb plant. I can't believe that they somehow came out on top inside of the smoke and all of that chaos. Simple looking for anything that he could kill right now. It's going to be Kenny going down first, and now Jax a single bullet away from death, and Simple, he's just looking for him, hunting for him. Up on top of the box, and he'll find him as well. With no kit, he's going to have the time. I think he just will. Quad kill to save them and bring them on to a 15th round. What a ridiculous game this is.
He had no business winning that clutch. There was no need for any of that. The bomb not being utilized in that 2-on-1. 13 to 15. You have to say, Jax is a hero. What a gladiator play. Getting the bomb planted, taking so much damage to the smoke, desperately, as you mentioned, getting it down. And then after that, jumping up on top of the boxes and going and hunting down Electronic, who's the one spamming him in the first place. Realized he was out of ammunition and just makes the play, gets out of danger. But then, of course, Simple steps up to the plate.
You're absolutely right as well, though. That is, like, they have to think about the bomb at that point in time. And
the bomb at that point in time is basically a third teammate. Like, you don't even... No, they didn't use it properly. Great nade, great spam, and oh, that's a huge entrance for Amanek. G2 still alive in this map, trying to force OT.
It's so doable. If they win this round, I mean, Na'Vi can have no money. It's absolutely right there for the taking. Boomich, I can't believe it. Just dancing away while he's shooting with that MP9. Looks ridiculous.
Not even dancing, he's just sprinting.
Man, that's...
The last bullet connects with Kenny.
I could even understand it if Simple had put a smoke on top of the bomb or something. If you know, if you, for a minute you're like, oh no, I wonder if he's doing anything. But they could hear if anyone was defusing. They just knew everything at that point in time.
Yeah, my question would be, who was by Monster?
That was Kenny.
That was Kenny. I don't know what he was. I don't know what they're looking at. Like, Jax is alive in the water. You don't have to guard like the other side. I'm not sure. Easy to be critical in this from this perspective. Either way, 4-on-4 now. As you mentioned, G2.
The bomb is T-spawned. 35 seconds.
Yeah, they've had their chances, and they have another great one here. If they can just win this round. Oh, that's an awkward timing. Nexa, frustrating. That is a desk-slamming death. And Hunter's going to turn the corner, trying to find the entry.
Electronic has been playing beautifully by this box, and he's going to try and do it just for one last round here. Looking on top of it, behind the flashbang, and taking down Jackson. I don't think there's anything more left here. 14 seconds. Boomich with the MP9, a triple kill in the 29th round to try and bring them there. And it's 16 to 13. Na'Vi pushing us on to map number 3. And that will be on Nuke, by the way. That's a heroic victory, and certainly, you know, in terms of lessons learned here for G2, that's going to be a demo they can go back and look at and really learn a lot from, I think.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of lessons you can learn from that one. That is, I mean, just a brutal way to lose a game after such a stellar and dominant first half. 11 to 4 for G2. They didn't look like they were having any issues in their own CT side. That T side just got, I don't know, not a whole lot worked. They had some, They had some really weird chances. The Glock rounds, they just could never actually convert the opportunities they created into a win.
And we see the result, right? I mean, even that, it's so silly in a way because they kept them at such a low economy all throughout.
Yes.
So like they actually did like almost all the work.
One reset, and they probably win that map.
Yeah, you have to assume, right? So just lacking a little bit towards the end.
Now we get excited about Nuke.
That's true, and that'll be really interesting.
Yep.
I look forward to it. It's coming up after the break, so stay with us, and we'll be right back.